really ask y'all people in the Christian churches. This is what I want to ask y'all. Y'all so quick to say the Israelites is racist. Y'all say we racist. But them Israeli people over there, them Jewish people, they are bombing another race of people. Now, while they over there bombing this other race of people, I don't hear the same people in the Christian church have that same. Can somebody? I just need somebody to help me with that. That's what I need help with, y'all. Somebody help me. Tell me something. Why is that? Y'all say, man, the Israelites is racist. They make racist comments. Them Israeli people over there say, we are God's chosen people, the Jewish people, and everybody touch us got to pay. I ain't seen you black Christians come out and speak out against them yet. Why y'all ain't saying they racist? Why y'all ain't saying God loves everybody? Ain't that's what y'all tell us when we say we the real Jews? Or maybe it is that we've been beat down so much and dogged that we don't believe we the real Jews. Maybe we don't. That's what y'all believe. Y'all believe that we're not the real Jews. That's what y'all believe. Because when the white folks say they the real Jews, and if you touch them, you have to die. I hear no Christian church running their mouth, especially you black folks in the Baptist church that speak out against the Israelites. Y'all don't say nothing. They say 600 of them is compared to like 20,000 of us dying. They got all type of posts saying they should die. That's what the people, that's what the Israelis people over there saying, the Jewish people saying, the fake Jews. And it just was blowing my mind because I'm flicking through TV. I know I'm about to see these black churches out there marching and stuff saying God love everybody. I know they about to make all these different posts like y'all do the black Hebrew Israelites. They racist. So help me understand the balance of this. The white folks that say they the real Jews, and if you touch them, you have to die. Y'all say nothing about them. No churches are speaking out about them. You know, won't y'all make them how y'all, you know how y'all make them blogs against us and saying we racist, we a hate group? Why y'all ain't saying they hateful? They saying they the real Jews. They God's chosen people. When anybody touch God's chosen people, have to die. And I don't see none of these black churches saying nothing about it. I don't see them saying nothing. But you say something to us when we say it. Well, let me prove to y'all again. Once again, them are not the real Jews. That's why they still over in that land fighting. Don't y'all know for all y'all Christians that say y'all read the Bible, the Most High say when he put the children of Israel back in that land, it's going to be peace on the earth. They ain't had peace since they've been over there. This is a race, people. You have white folks that went into a land killing Arab folks. Two races of people going against each other, and one race saying they're more superior. And I hear nobody in the Christian churches, all of y'all that speak out against us, ain't nobody said a damn word. Y'all ain't said nothing. Y'all keep y'all mouth shut when it come to them. Y'all don't say a word. Y'all say something to us when y'all say we the real Jews and we say God love us. Y'all ain't got no problem. Y'all go against us head on. Y'all racist. Y'all get, but y'all don't say that to them. We say it to them. Y'all ain't the real Jews. We say something to them. We do. We do. And we bring out the records. Records we know they don't follow. See, let me help y'all understand something. I'm gonna put y'all really up on some game. This is something y'all might not know. Jewish people don't follow the Bible. How do you substantiate who the Jews are? You substantiate them through the Bible. The Bible is a history book, y'all. Black folks, the Bible ain't got shit to do, excuse me. The Bible has nothing to do with religion. It's a history book. How do you substantiate who the Jews are? You have to go to the Bible. That's how you substantiate who the Jews are. You go to the Bible and you read the Bible, and the Bible tells you who the Jews are. Now, the Jewish people have a Bible outside the book. They created a Bible. That's what they read, the Talmud. Just like the Mormons created a book outside the Bible. Just like the Jehovah's Witnesses created a book outside the Bible. Just like the Seventh-day Adventists created a book outside the Bible. Everybody created a book outside the records of the children of Israel. Everybody. So now, we're going to go to these scriptures. And I don't want to just fat mouth all day. I want to get in this thing, get in this book. First, I want to go to Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. See, to substantiate who the Jews are, you must make these prophecies. We know they don't fit their prophecies. Let me give all you black folks let y'all in on a secret that y'all might not know. There's no such thing as the Jewish Holocaust in the Bible. The Bible speaks nothing about the children of Israel going through a Jewish Holocaust. You know what they say the children of Israel was going to go through? Slavery. You never hear them people over there say nothing about slavery. They'll speak about a Holocaust, 3-4 years tops, but they don't mention slavery. The Bible talks all about slavery. How can we talk about who the real Jews are and we don't use the Bible? That don't make sense. The Bible substantiates who the Jews are. You need the Bible to tell you who the Jews are. This is how I know most Christians don't know the Bible. You know how I know you're a Christian don't know the Bible? Because if you think this book has anything to do with religion, you don't know the Bible. The word Bible derived from the word biblo. It means a collective of records, a collective of books. Who is the Bible the records of? They're the records of the Israelites. That's who the Bible is, who are mentioned over 2,500 times in the Bible. These people, and I'm going to show you in here, I'm going to show y'all history. The people y'all call Native Americans or Aboriginals, I'm going to take y'all to the Bible and show you how they got in this land. Then I'm going to take you to history and show you that these Native Americans spoke Hebrew, they wrote Hebrew. A lot of them was referred to as Negroes of the land. I'm going to show you the history. I'm going to show y'all the history. I was just blowing my mind because when I was watching TV, I said, now, you know what's so crazy? This is how a condition of a mind state our people been put in. These white folks said, we God's chosen people. We Jewish. They're not even real Jews. When you look up the word Israelis, it tells you no connection to the ancient Israelites. It tells you that. Jewish, ish is something pertaining to. All the Jews throughout history were black. That's how I know Christians do not know the Bible. You can't know the Bible going to some theologian school. They don't teach you the Bible, period. The only people that's ordained to teach this book is the children of Israel, and the Bible says that. Ain't me, the Bible says that. So when you say who the Bible tells you who the children of Israel is. So now we're going to go to Deuteronomy 28:68. We're going to start off with the prophecies. See, you got to know the prophecies to know who the children of Israel is. If you don't know the prophecies, you won't know who the children of Israel is. Because the prophecies tell you these curses shall be a sign and upon thy seed forever. That means the curses was going to fall on the children of Israel. When they have kids, the curses will fall on them, and the curses will fall on them. It's a perpetual curse that we were under till the Most High came back. So let's go to Deuteronomy 28:68 first. And let's start getting in here. And let's see if the Jewish people meet this. And I'm going to show you in the Bible, according to the Bible, they say the real Jews are not in that land. The Bible say that. The Bible say that land ain't even, it's been trodden down by the Gentiles until he returned. This is what the Bible say. See, common sense would tell anybody that's in a Christian church, The Most High said when he put the children of Israel over there, it's going to be peace on the earth. You know why it ain't been no peace? Because them are not the people of that land. They're not the people of that land. They are white people that got put in that land in 1948 under the Valcon Declaration. That's how they got in that land. The Middle East was created in like what, the 1900s? So let's go to Deuteronomy 68 and let's see what it say. Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And it say, I always like to show people how you're supposed to read the Bible because it's a certain way you're supposed to read it. Most people don't know how to read the Bible. They open up and think you can read it page by page. In Psalms 119, 104, the Most High say, through the precepts, I get the understanding. I hate every other false way. The Most High said, if you don't read the Bible that way, he hates the way you read it. It's not my word. That's how the Bible say it. So when you hear somebody in the Christian church, you read the whole book to get the context. No, you don't, because it's not set up like that. So in Deuteronomy 28, it say, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt. I'm going to show you Egypt is bondage. And the Lord shall bring, because you know nobody went to Egypt in ships. They walk back and forth throughout the Bible. Common sense. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way of I spoke unto thee. So the Most High, this is Moses telling the children of Israel. He said, the Most High gonna put you back in captivity again. This time you're going on ships. And just like the way he said it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And he said, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemy. When you get on them ships and you get off them ships, wherever you was, whether you was in Haiti, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, South America, North America, he said, when you get off them ships, you shall be sold. Sold unto your enemies. He said, so you're going to get sold to your enemies for slave men and slave women, and no man should buy you. Now, this is the killer for a lot of these people in the Christian church. You hear them say, people went into slavery all the time. This slavery only happened one time in history, and it's called the transatlantic slave trade, when they put a group of people on ships and scattered them to the four corners of the earth. That's for people who don't know history. That only happened once. So when y'all keep talking about slavery, this is the slave trade it's talking about, where it's shipping people to the four corners of the earth. He said, when you get off them ships, you're going to be sold to your enemies. Let me just stop right here. When did that happen to white Jewish people? When were they ever rounded up on ships? And don't say they wouldn't know they had a servitude and they was not sent to the four corners of the earth. When did that happen to them? When did they get sold to their enemies for slave men and slave women? And no man should buy you, meaning no man was going to free you, meaning you was going to still be in that captivity. You was going to still be in that. When did that happen to them? It never happened. Let me give you a precept. Let's keep going. Let's go to Luke 21. That's the Old Testament. Now I'm going to take you to the New Testament, because the Old Testament talks about the New Testament. The New Testament talks about the Old Testament. There was no New Testament. So everything they quote is from the Old Testament. The New Testament wasn't even wrote when they was walking the earth. So everything they quote comes from the Old Testament. So now let's go to Luke 21. Let's see what Luke 21 say. We got to know these prophecies. And the only reason why I'm bringing this up, because it say, it's 21 and 24. And it say, this is the children of Israel. And it say, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So the Most High said that land was going to be trodden down by the Gentiles. The children of Israel was not even in these lands according to the New Testament and Old Testament. The children of Israel was led away in captivity on ships into all nations. That never happened to white Jewish people. For those who don't know their education, Jewish people helped fund slavery. Now, let me get this out, a history book. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, when General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period of Pompeius to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of Black Jewish slaves. This is a history book, from Babylon to Timbuktu, because the Bible is a history book. So we can match the identity of it. Even when you go to these books, this is said undeniable. These are the original pictures of the people that was painted in these lands long, like from like the 14th. I'm talking about, even when you see the Pope got a Black person up there. They know the children of Israel Black. They know you don't know that. See, them people over there, imposters. They are not the real children of Israel. And this is what the problem I have. The problem I have is this. When we tell you people we the real children of Israel, the first thing we do is, and we say we God's chosen people, and everybody beneath us, y'all will fight with us about it. But when the white folks over there saying the same thing we saying, I don't hear nobody saying nothing. Well, all you Black folks said to speak out against us, man, about hatred. Why y'all ain't speaking out now? That ain't hatred. They putting one race over another race. They saying they God's chosen people above everybody, and nobody got a problem with that when the white man says it. But when the Black man say it, he got to be out his damn mind. Or maybe y'all just think so less of y'all self. Let me go into some more history. I'm just showing you, according to the Bible, the children of Israel is not even in that land. So now, let's keep going. I'm going to take you through these scriptures, because this is the only way you can tell who the children of Israel is. You have to use the Bible. Some people got put in that land in 1948. My God did not put them in that land. The British government, backed by the American government, has got that land. Why do you think they always go to war with these people or help them? Do you think them people can be strong as they is without the rest of their people backing them? Come on now. We have no military. Who speaks for us at the UN? Nobody. The African nations don't speak for us. They don't speak for Jamaica. They don't speak for Haiti. They don't speak. Who speak for us? Who represent us? We have no representation. So let's go. We're going to go to Daniel 8. We're going to go to Jeremiah 16. And we're going to start at 18. This is Jeremiah 16, verse 18 and 19. He said, and first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land. My God said, listen, all the sins y'all committed, I'm going to double them sins. Y'all defiled my land. The people in that land ain't supposed to be in there. He said, y'all defiled my land. They fighting over land and don't belong to neither one of them. It's our land. But the Palestinians was there before they put the white folks in there. The Arabs was. Just like the people y'all see in Egypt ain't the original people. You had white folks saying they was the original Egyptians, and you had Arabs. But we know Black folks, dark-skinned people was there. Why do you think in the Bible we fled to Africa and we fled through different Egypt, and we can blend in because our skin complexion? You think white folks could have went to Africa to hide out from the Romans and then they white? Come on, y'all got to use common sense. It said, and first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land. They have filled my inheritance with carcasses and their detestable, abominational things. O Lord, my strength and my fortress, my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and say, surely our fathers are inheriting lives. He said, when that day come about them defying his land, he said the Gentiles, the nations, that's what Gentiles mean. They was going to come to him and say, surely we inherited lies. What do they mean we inherited lies? Them people over in that land who think they the real Jews, when it's the wrath of the Christ come, because he coming to do killing. He ain't coming back to pat babies and all that. He said when he come back, the people in that land gonna say, hey, we inherited lies. We didn't know this, but it's gonna be too late. Let me keep finishing this, because my God said, I'm gonna double the sins y'all committed. Oh Lord, my strength, my fortress, my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and say, surely our fathers have inherited lies and vanities and things where there was no profit. That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say. The people that's in that land who think they Jews, listen, these are prophecies. This war taking place, it got to take place. World War III got to happen, and it's happening. See, y'all was worried about Donald Trump. Let me tell y'all something in this Bible. There's no such thing as free will. It don't matter who is in that office. The prophecies say this going to happen, so it's going to happen. So y'all thought if y'all didn't put Trump in the office and put Joe Biden in the office, it wouldn't be no war. My God is in control of this. He said it was going to be a World War III. He said Babylon the Great is going to burn. That's that nuclear fire. You got Turkey in the war. You got Turkey, Russia, everybody telling that Israel, America then went over there. And for all you black folks who talking about signing up for the service, because a lot of y'all talking about signing up for the service. For all of y'all talking about signing up for the service, he got something for y'all. Now, I'm going to keep going where I'm going. Something else I would like to address to people that call themselves aboriginals. When we say y'all are the children of Israel, let me back that up with evidence. I'm going to take you to the Bible. First, I would like to clarify something. You hear people in the Christian community, or you hear people not in the Christian church. We have people, when we out on the streets, they come and talk to us. And they say, man, y'all read that King James Bible, man. He was this, he was that, he was this, he was that. Most of the time when y'all talk, y'all just talk about things y'all heard. When y'all say King James was gay, prove he was gay. What proof do y'all have he was gay? You don't have none. Even though he had 8 kids, that don't mean he wasn't gay. But when we say prove King James was gay, can't nobody prove it. Nobody even said, but they say he was a demonic. That book, he was denouncing the demons. So I know y'all didn't read that book. In the Bible, he said homosexuality is a sin. He said all that was a sin. So now let's see how King James Bible was put together. So you don't have to hear my words. We can go to the scholars and tell you where did the King James Bible come from. That way you won't keep going, when people be talking about something they think they know. And then we're going to go to, is it an accurate translation? This is the King James 1611 version Bible. Let's see how it was orchestrated. It said when Elizabeth died in 1603, the crown passed to James I, who had been king of Scotland for 37 years. Several months after he ascended the throne of England, he authorized. When you authorize something, that don't mean you wrote it. He authorized the new translation of the Bible to replace the Bishop Bible. 47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars of that day divided into 6 groups, 3 for the Old Testament, 2 for the New Testament, and 1 for the Apocrypha. It says, so they tell you these groups came together and they translated the Bible from the Hebrew and the Greek. That's all they did. They never wrote nothing. They translated it. A lot of these new Bibles that you have that they say they translated from King James. How can you translate English from English unless you change the words? So let's keep going. So they tell you King James had 47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars. Why? Because the people of this book spoke Hebrew. But wait, there's more. Let me keep going. I don't want to just give you that. I said, now, is the King James Version, is the 16 King James Version Bible an accurate translation? He said, polls of hosts of English Bibles readers, and many of them will assure you that the King James Version is the most literal translation of the Bible into English. It is more exact translation than all the ever failed contenders. So they tell you King James 1611 is an accurate translation, one of the most accurate translations you can use. And it has the Apocrypha in it. So for y'all to keep saying, man, King James, no. A lot of Bibles was wrote outside the King James, but we use the King James 1611 because we know it was translated from the Hebrew and from the Greek. And that's why we know what these words mean and what they're talking about, and you don't. That's why you think God don't hate in the Bible, the original Bible that was translated in the first King James 1611, not these new translations because they changed the God's words. They changed the Most High's words. So now let me go to the Apocrypha to show you something. I'm going to read the Apocrypha, and then I'm going to take you to history to show you that these so-called Native Americans you call were actually Hebrews. Now, you need the old 1611 King James Bible to understand this. If you have a newer translation, it's not going to have the whole 80 books in there. All the books ain't going to be in there. So you're not going to have what I'm about to read to you. This is 2 Esdras, chapter 13, verse 40. And I always like to ask people in the Christian church, where was the Northern Kingdom when Christ came? I always like to ask the Christians that. What was the Northern Kingdom when Christ came? Was the Northern Kingdom all together, or was they not together? Because people think when Christ came, the whole house of Israel was together. You have to remember, after King Solomon, the kingdom split into two kingdoms. You had the Northern Kingdom, that was Ephraim, that was Israel, and then you had the Southern Kingdom, that was Judah. You had two different kingdoms. They split. The Northern Kingdom, we was calling them heathens. They weren't keeping the law. And the Southern Kingdom, we were more keeping the law and following. We used to reject the Northern Kingdom. So when Christ came, all the people were not there. Somebody said God did not hate people. So now let me help clarify something. So now let me show y'all some scriptures that this is what's wrong with Christianity. You notice when them Jewish people over there say God hates, you don't hear nobody say nothing to them about them. When they say they hate everybody outside the children of Israel, you won't hear one of these nigger Christians say nothing to them. But let me prove to you God hates. And then I'm going to show you what Paul was talking about. We're going to go to Romans 9. I'm going to read y'all a couple of scriptures just to kill this notion. First, we're going to start at verse 1. He said, I say the truth in Christ, I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Ghost. So the Holy Spirit is on him. So everything he's about to say is thus said the Lord. He said, I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart, for I wish myself was accursed from Christ, for my kinsmen and my brethren according to the flesh, who are Israelites. So when y'all see Paul write them letters to the brethren, he talking about the Israelites. That's who he's talking. That's who Paul's brother is. Brethren, who are Israelites, to who pertains. When something pertains, it means it belongs to you. The adoption, that's Christ dying and bringing us back. The glory of the kingdom is for us. The covenants, all the covenants the Most High made, he made with the children of Israel. And the giving of the law. The only person God ever gave his laws to was the children of Israel. And the promises. When y'all read about the promises that was made, they were only made to the children of Israel. Who are the fathers, in whom concerning the flesh. Christ came for flesh. Concerning the flesh, Christ came. And who is overall. They're telling you in this verse, Christ came for the flesh, for the Israelites. Let's keep going. not as though the word of God had taken not effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel. Neither, meaning Abraham more than one son. He had 8 sons. Ishmael got a blessing. He got land and he got some wives, but the covenant went to Isaac. He said, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they the children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. So the Most High said, just because you came from Abraham, that don't mean you one of the children of God. In Isaac shall thy seed be called. He said, that is, they that are which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of God, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. So they tell you the children of the flesh, the people that didn't come from Isaac, these are not the children of God. He said, for this is the word of promise. At this time I will come to Sarah, and she shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived one, even by our father Isaac. For the children, now this is for all the Christians that say God hated sin and he hated Esau. Man, listen, God hates sin and he hates a whole race of people. So now let me prove the liar that Christians teach. Listen to what I'm about to say. For the children being yet not born, the kids weren't even born yet. They were still in the womb. Having done any good or evil, the kids didn't do no good or they didn't do no evil. The purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. And it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Did you read that? He said he hated Esau. Now, he didn't say he hated Esau because he committed sin. The verse above that say he didn't he didn't do good or bad. My God hated him before he was even born. He hated these people. So when you say that God don't hate, that's Christianity. Now let me prove that you don't know what you're talking about in the Christian church. So now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to the word. You see this? I'm going to pull it up for y'all. This word, have I hated. Have I hated. Have I hated. Now I'm going to take you to the Hebrew and show you what this word means in the original language it was wrote. And then I'm going to take you to what Paul was quoting. That word is misho, to hate, to pursue with hatred, detest. That's what that word means. Now, let me show you why the Most High hated Esau. Let me show you. Now, I told you to understand this Bible, you have to go by precepts. The Most High say through precepts, you get the understanding. So let's see what Paul was quoting. Let's go to, you got to go to Micah chapter 1. Oh, no, that's Malachi 1. We're going to go to Malachi chapter 1. And we're going to start at Malachi chapter 1. And let's go and read what it's going to say. The Most High going to tell you why he hates this. This is Malachi chapter 1. This is Paul quoting this. Paul told you, as it is written. When you hear Paul say, as it is written, that means he's quoting from the Old Testament. Paul quotes all the time from the Old Testament. Circumcision, Old Testament. That grafting the tree, olive tree, Old Testament. All this is coming from the Old Testament. But y'all don't know this because y'all don't read the Old Testament. Y'all say the Old Testament is done away with when Christ told you he came in the volume of the book. So let's see what Malachi 1 say. It say, the burden of the word of the Lord, Malachi. I mean, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, said the Lord. Yet ye say, where hast thou loved us? So the Most High telling the children of Israel, I done loved y'all. And we asking them, how you love us? He said, was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob and I hated Esau. He's saying he hated Esau again. I think Most High know. He told you it's a time to love and it's a time to hate. Let's see why he hated Esau. Let's keep going. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage to waste in the dragons for the wilderness. The Most High said, I took Esau and his people and I put them up in the mountains. That's where you get Caucasian from. I'm going to take y'all to the scriptures and break it all the way down for you. That's where you get these people from. They come out the Caucasus Mountains. Them people that's over in Israel, they white folks. They came up out of Europe and went into that land. The Most High said, Edom saith, where are we impoverished, but we will rebuild and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord, thus said the Lord, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, the people against whom the Lord had indignation forever. My hope, my God said he got a hatred for these people forever. Esau is the descendants of Edom. Edom is the Edomites. The Edomites are white folks. That's who they are, whether you like it or not. The Most High said, I hate y'all. He said this nation of people, he called them the border of wickedness. He called them the border of wickedness. He said he hated this man not once, not two, but let me keep taking y'all to some more scriptures. Let's go to Obadiah. This is why you have to use the precepts in this Bible to understand the Bible. This ain't the first time. He told you Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the world that follows. That's the children of Israel. When you hear the nation, Edom, Esau, these are races of people, nationalities. I don't know why y'all think everybody just walking around in the Bible just ain't got no skin complexion. That's dumb as hell. Let's keep going, though. We're going to keep going. I'm going to show you all throughout the Bible my God talked bad about these people. Let's keep going. He said this is the chief nation, the nation that's the head nation that's against his people. Let's go to Psalms 83. I'm going to keep giving you these verses to go to. So when you say God don't hate, that's a lie. God hate a whole nation of people. God said he hate these people. He said everything they build, I'm going to tear down. See, when they came out the mountains, it's called the Renaissance period. That's when they started rebuilding. So now let's go to Psalms 83. This is talking about these people again. Keep not thy silence, O God, and hold not thy peace. And be not still, O God, for lo, thy enemies make a tumble, and they that hate thee have lifted up thy head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. The children of Israel are the hidden ones because they don't even know they're the children of Israel. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So the Most High said these people came together and took crafty counsel against this people and said the children of Israel, that name ain't gonna never be mentioned again. They ain't gonna never know who they is. He said, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom. That's Esau. That's the Edomites. That's the same people God just said he hated. He's talking about them again. He said these people keep coming against it. See, let me explain something to y'all in this Bible. In this Bible, God only loves one people. I just read to you because he said, just because you came from Abraham, not the children of the flesh is the ones that's not his people. You have to come from Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. It's a bloodline. This is not a religion. It's a bloodline. That's why them white folks over there killing, and they say they're God's chosen people, and nobody touched them. And you know what? Ain't nobody saying nothing about it. So when we say we God's chosen people, and y'all the liars, y'all not even the real children of Israel. Y'all not the real Jews. You hear niggas talking about, man, God don't hate. They just said it. The Bible says it. Y'all being taught Christianity. God hates all through this Bible. Let me keep going. He telling you all these races of people that come together against his people. He said they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, white folks, and the Ishmaelites, the Arabs, and of Moab, Chinese, and the Hagarenes, and Jabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, and the Philistines, and that's the people over there fighting right now that's in that land. and with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur is also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. They telling you all these nations have came together against the children of Israel. What Bible do y'all read? Let me keep taking y'all. Come on, I'm gonna keep taking y'all all throughout the Bible where God talked bad about these people. And you know why God hate them? I'm about to give y'all the book of all books. And that way we ain't even got to go through it no more. He about to tell you why he said he gonna kill these people when he come back. Matter of fact, Annie, I'm gonna show you what Jesus Christ is killing them in the Bible. That's prophesied. These same people God say he hates, I'm gonna show you what Christ got blood all over his robe. I don't know what Bible y'all be reading. This ain't that. I'm just taking you from page to page where he say he hate these people. So when Paul say he loved Jacob and he hated Esau, he wasn't talking about sin. Because in the Bible, the only people that can sin is the children of Israel. You hear no other nation get punished for sinning. So I don't know why y'all keep saying everybody can sin. Everybody can't sin. The law was only given to the children of Israel. And if you say, well, the law was given to the children of Israel to give to everybody, show me the book, chapter, and verse that say that. We done blew people out the water with that debate. So let's keep going. Let me see. It starts off, the vision of Obadiah, thus said the Lord, God, concerning Edom. Damn, there go them people mentioned again. Esau, Edom, the Edomites, the Adubia, them the same people. Here it is. Esau is the forefather. Edom, the Edomites, Adubia, all of them come from Esau, just like the children of Israel come from Jacob. So he said, he said, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, an ambassador is set among the heathens, arise, and ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. So he's saying, these people saying, we're going to rise up against the Most High in battle. But let me drop down to why Most High say he going to kill these people. I'm going to start at 11. Now, you remember Jacob and Esau was brothers. So now me go to you. Obadiah 1, we're going to start at 11. In the day that thou stood on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was one of them. But thou should have not looked on the day of thy brother, and in the day that he became a stranger. Neither should thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither should they have spoken proudly in the day of our detest. So the Most High said, Esau, you were supposed to be Jacob's brother. But not only did you help inflict them in the day of their distress and everything, you was with that. You was promoting that. Kill these niggas. He said, neither should thou have stood on the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither should thou have delivered up those that did not remain in the day of distress. So not only was y'all catching us and help giving us this, y'all was help putting us in slavery. So let me keep going. He said, but upon the mount of Zion, 17, shall be delivered the children of Israel, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for a stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For the Lord has spoken it. The Most High said when it's over with, he going to wipe them all out, Annie. So when you say God don't hate, not only is he telling you he hate these people, he said he hate them because what they did to Jacob. Same thing the white folks over there hollering, everybody that did something to the children of Israel, I'm sorry, Annie, they have to pay for that. Just like them people over there say it, and don't nobody say nothing about when they say it. I'm saying the same thing they saying. People have to pay for what they did. And this is what the Most High said. He said he hated Esau. Man, come on, he hung us. He fed our babies to alligators. The Most High said the things that was done to the children of Israel has never been done to another nation of people. For people that don't know their history, the things that was done to us is slavery, a Holocaust, and none of that bull crap can't compare to what happened to us. They say what happened to us has never been done to another race of people. But most black people don't even know their damn history, nor do they care. So when y'all say God don't hate, that's a lie. Not only do he hates, he plan on killing these people. When he come back, it's not going to be kumbaya. Let me show you what Christ said he going to do, Annie, when he come back. Let me go to these prophecies. I don't know why y'all just skip the Old Testament. Like the Old Testament is done away with. Y'all be tripping. Let me give you Isaiah 14. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. This is for all you Christians that say he went to another race of people. My God said, I'm going to always choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers, that's everybody outside the house of Israel, shall be joined with them. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, who captives they were. Just like the children of Israel was captives, the Most High say, y'all got to go in captivity. Ain't that a balanced God? How y'all in Christian church always be talking about God is about God is balanced, God is this, God is that. All this balance God's talking about, but the scales is like this. So when we talk about the scales being back like this, y'all say, no, he ain't. Man, y'all crazy. This is a slave mentality we have. That's so sad. The Most High say, just like my people went in captivity, y'all got to go in captivity. Let's go. And the children of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, who captives they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give rest from thy sorrow. See, according to the Bible, the children of Israel was still in the land of their captivities. So whatever they went to in captivity, that's where they still are. So when y'all say God don't hate, that's a lie. I showed you he hated. He hated these people, not in one verse, not in two verses, I took you where all throughout the Bible he's been talking about destroying these people. And it's not because they're white. I hate when people say, because he gonna kill them because they white. It ain't about they white. Let me ask y'all a question. Have these people ever paid for any of the crimes they commit? No. That's why they go around and planet murdering, killing, robbing. They destroyed the ozone layer. They destroyed all the water. They destroying the meat. Cancer is up 80% in this country. Why are we the only country that's cancer up like that? It ain't up like that in China. Ain't up like that in Africa. Explain to me why it's up like that over here. What is these people doing? My people say these people are a wicked nation. Didn't you just hear that, Annie? Auntie, I know you heard that. He said, I'm going to call these people the border of wickedness. That's what he called them, Auntie. So no matter how good y'all want to try to make God don't hate, God do hate. Wait a minute. Let me read something else to y'all. Wait a minute. So I don't get it twisted. Maybe I'm tripping. There's a time to love and there's a time to hate. So I don't get it twisted. We gonna see, because y'all might say, Jacoby, you tripping, me, Azab, you tripping, and God don't hate. That's what y'all always say. But let's see something. This is what the Most High said. To everything, there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. The opposite of being born is the opposite of dying. A time to plant and a time to plunk up. Just like when you plant the vegetables, it's a time to get them up out. A time to kill and a time to heal. My God said, yeah, it's a time to kill and it's a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. It's time we building y'all up. A time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. You hear that when my host say it's a time to embrace, then it's a time to refrain from embracing. He said it's a time. I'm about to come out. You waiting to come in?
I just wanted to ask about the little thing you got there. I need that setup.
This right here?
Yes.
Oh, I'll tell you soon I come out.
Thank you.
He said, a time to get, he said, it's a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. Did y'all ever think the Most High say that? Y'all just make it seem it's all about hubby, dubby, gubby, bubby, all this. And the Most High said it's a time to back up from that. It's a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sue, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. So why do y'all try to refrain my God to one feeling? He just loved everything. My God only. Do you know the Bible? Let me show you what this Bible say about the Most High. Most High is a turbo in his ways. For God is terrible in his ways. In Psalm 66:5, it said, come see the works of God. He is terrible in his doing toward the children of men. You hear what he said? He is terrible. This is what they said about the Most High. I ain't never heard no church say the Most High is terrible in his dealings, meaning he don't play. The God that's in Christianity ain't the God of this Bible. So stop saying God don't hate. Now, it's time for me to get up out of here, but before I leave, listen, I want to read this to all my aboriginals. When I ask y'all this question all the time, where was Christ at when he hit the set with all the children of Israel there? There wasn't. The kingdom has split into two kingdoms. So when we tell you these aboriginals or these people, we tell you spoke Hebrew, wrote Hebrew, it's in the Bible how they got there. You need the 1611 to know. So we're going to go to 2nd Esdras 13, and we're going to go at the verse 40. It said, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea, the king of whom the king of Assyria led away captive. And he carried them over the waters. And he said, and so came they into another land. But they took this into counsel among themselves, that they will leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a farther country where where there has never mankind dwelt. So the children, the northern kingdom, not only went over to the waters, but they went farther over than the waters. But this time they went to a land where man has never dwelt. This is what they're saying about the other 10 tribes. Like Christ, all of them wasn't there when Christ got there. Y'all like the whole Israel was not there. All 12 tribes was not even together. That's what y'all got to get in your head. So when you read here, it say, and he said that they might keep their statutes, which they had never kept in their own land. And they enter into the Euphrates by the narrow passage of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them that held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go. It's meaning they had a way to go. They was traveling far. They left. They're not even in that continent of Ham, Kemet, or that continent. They leaving up out of it. They going farther. They know they got a farther ride to ride. This is what we telling. And they say they went to the lands where no man has never been. That's what they said. Now, let me close this and let me ask y'all this. And then let me show y'all some more history. I'm just going to throw it out there. Were Native Americans ever referred to as Negroes of the land? He said to use the term Negro and Black to include the persons of Native American. It said Negroes in early African ancestry could be called Negro. Hold up, let me keep going. It said they frequently referred to Negroes, mulattoes. It's all through it. You can go through here and see it. Afro-indigenous tribes. It's like, now let me slide up to some history a little bit. Let me how I get on this real quick and read to you about some of these tribes. It say Dr. It said it should be mentioned that in this connection that the surgical surveys of the Latadens Indians, the most secluded of the Mayan tribes. So they say these these Mayan tribes, they were secluded people. It say the Latins and Africans, Negro characteristics have been found in their blood, although they have not been known to mix outside their race. He said the reports include, among other things, a reference to the sickle cell and malaria restraints, a mutant gene usually found only in the blood of black people. So they even telling you some of these things. They were like, man, they got Negro blood. They can't figure out, like, wait a minute. Well, they don't mix outside their race. How these people got Negro blood? These people got Negro blood. I'm telling you how they got over here. So when y'all say the indigenous, yes, they were the first people in that land. We have no dispute against that. But we telling you that they wasn't what y'all call Native Americans or indigenous or aboriginals. We call them Israelites. That's what we call them. They had a culture they followed, Hebrew. Hebrew did not derive here in the Americas. Let me keep going. They keep talking about these different people over here. Let me hold up. The Spanish Portuguese Jews claim they're descendants from the tribe of Judah. These are the people that would be originally pushed down in West Africa. Let's keep going. And we can show you all through Portugal and Spain where these Jews was black people, man. I'm reading about them in Italy. I mean, we have all this stuff on here. All type of history we can go through, from books to books to books to books. We master the Bible because we know the Bible is a history book, y'all. With that, that's my time. You hear this? This is called, before I leave, the Black Creek Stone was professionally encaved in 1889 from an undisturbed burial mound in eastern Tennessee. So they found this in Tennessee. He said the director of the progress, Cyrus Thomas, initially declared that the curious inscription on the stone were beyond question letters of the Cherokee alphabet. So they said when they found these stones that in this mound that never been touched, when they originally found the stones, they thought they was the writing of Cherokee stone. They found this in the 1800s. He said in the 1960s, Mortez and Koli Abba both noticed that the inscriptions were introverted from Thomas' orientation of that of the above photograph, instead appearance to be ancient Semitic, a late Semitic language. He said, confirmed that it is Semitic. He said, Pacific Paleo-Hebrew of approximately of the 1st or 2nd century AD. According to him, 5 letters to the left are common shape. He said the word deriver read from the right to the left of Judea. He noted that the broken letters from the far to the left is consistent. He said Hebrew scholars and archaeologists confirm Gordon's reading of the longer words identified in the second letter. So they found stones in the 1800s. So what they did is found things over here in America from Indians in the 1800s, and they said they was Cherokees. That's these writings. They didn't find out till later on in history that these writings were not even Cherokee. They were Hebrew. Just like when we read to you about the slaves was writing in Hebrew, and they didn't even know it was Hebrew till 150 years later. So these people writing in Hebrew, talking in Hebrew, and nobody knew it was Hebrew but them. Where did they get the Hebrew from? It didn't derive here in America. I read to you where it came. Let me read to you one more time. You need the old. See, if you don't have the 1611 Bible, and if you stuck in a Christian church, you're going to be lost. What you need to do is get on with the ISUPK and learn this Bible, man. That's what we give y'all. We give you book, chapter, and verse. You know when you're sitting there in church, you can't raise your hand and ask that pastor nothing. You might mess up that damn collection plate, and he kick you up out of there, ask him all them questions that he really don't know the answers to. That's why when you say God don't hate, he hates sin. God hates sin, and he hates a whole race of people. You'll be surprised. The God of this Bible killed babies, Annie. Do you know that? When they messed with the children of Israel, he went to kill all the firstborn of the Egyptians' babies. Don't tell me my God don't hate. Don't tell me my God love everybody. He loved the children of Israel. You don't see him loving nobody outside the children of Israel. You don't see Christ dealing with nobody outside the children of Israel. What you gonna say? Christ gave that woman a blessing. He gave her a blessing, but he didn't give her the covenant. Christ told you salvation is for the Jews. That's what Christ said. You ain't noticed why most pastors use Paul's letters? Paul's letters is some of the most confusing things in there. The Bible tell you Paul's letters are confusing. That's what 99% of the church read is Paul's letters. I can read to you Romans 9, where Paul said everything belongs to the Israelites, and Christianity got y'all so bugged out. Y'all will go to Romans 15 and say, Paul say this, that, and the third. Paul is the same author of Romans. He wrote the whole book of Romans. So he didn't say salvation and everything belongs to the Israelites in Romans 9, and then you get here in 12, he's saying something different. He ain't saying that. He's the same author, so your understanding might not be right. My God said precept must be upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. Psalms 119, 104, he tell you through precepts I get the understanding. Not like y'all say in Christian church, you got to read the whole chapter. You got to read no damn whole chapter. Where y'all get that from? So now, I hope y'all learned something today. Like I said, this is the problem I have. You said God don't hate, and I showed you God do hate. He hate a whole race of people. You know who God hate? He hate them race of people over there killing them Arab people, them white folks killing Arab folks. One race against another race. And you know, every time they say, he said, when you touch God's people, everybody got to die. I'm hearing all these Israelis people make comments about how they're Jewish and nobody touched them and people got to die. It's God's wrath. And auntie, you need to be out there protesting saying God don't hate, because they say God hate. So when they say God hate, and if you touch God's children, you got to feel the wrath. Notice, Black folks don't speak out about them. They don't speak out. And I ain't supposed to say this, but I'm so mad. Y'all keep y'all nigger mouth shut, y'all slave mouth shut. But when we say we God's chosen people and everybody touch us got to die, the same thing they say, just a different color. We talking hate. We preach hate. God love everybody, but y'all ain't telling them that. Why ain't nobody telling them that? What y'all gonna say? Well, they bombed them so they can get revenge. Over 100 million of our people died, and we shouldn't want revenge. My God won't revenge. The God of this Bible do. He said everything that touched the children of Israel, he coming back. He gonna get it back in blood. Hold up, wait a minute, I almost forgot. He said, wait a minute. I came from treading the wine press. Isaiah 63:3. And this one more, Isaiah 63:3. This is one more, Auntie. This is just a kill. This is called a bust your head piece right here. Not only did I tell you God hated this race of people and he gonna wipe them down. Now I'm about to show you Christ. Christ, when he returned, I'm about to show you, man. He killing them too. He said I read to you where he said this is a wicked nation. So now we in Isaiah 63, prophets again. God's vengeance on the nations. Who is this that cometh from Edom? That's the Edomites again. Esau. He said, with dyed garments from Baza. He said, this that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in greatness of his strength. He said, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thy apparel and in thy garments like him that tread the wine fat? So we asked him, man, why your garments all red and like you just came from a wine, like you just came mashing up with your garment dyed like you've been pouring wine all on you. Like he said, I have trodden the wine press alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments. And he said, I will stain all my remnant, for the day of vengeance is mine. He said, this is my heart, and the year of my redeeming is come. His whole garment is covered in blood, Annie, from killing the Edomites, Esau, the same people God said he hated. Now Christ killing them. I showed you in the New Testament, Old Testament, all through the Bible, the book. That's how I went through it. You know what I'm saying? To show you, hey, he killing these people. They ain't got no business in our land any damn way. So I really don't care about the war personally. I just want to know why you Christians don't speak out. Because when we speak and say we God's chosen people and not a dog bark against us, all the black folks will get at us. God love everybody. God don't hate. God don't want to do nobody. But them white folks over there saying the same thing we saying, and they killing in the name of the Most High. And people riding with them. They killing kids and everything. They say when you touch God's children, you got to die. We God's children. So you mess with us, we deserve to kill you. And people don't have a problem with that. But if we say we just feel the same way, but y'all getting killed too, then y'all say something about us. Make that make sense to me. Make that make sense. All right, here I come. With that, we are the ISUPK out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the Commanding General Yohana. At 125th Street, under coming. Let me rephrase that. He throwing me off. With that, we are the ISUPK out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the Commanding General Yohana. To all my Black, Hispanic, Latinos, and when I say my Black, Hispanic, Latinos, I'm talking about of Negro or Native American descent, Israelite descent. If you're a Spanish descent, this message is not for you. Shalom.